Would like to get started. So welcome to the village board meeting of November 10th. Would you like to lead us? Sure.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. All right, at this time, I'd like to ask Diane Bowers to come up to the podium.
Thank you. It is in the interest and desire of the Village of Webster Board of Trustees to recognize residents who have given of themselves and their time and service to the Village of Webster community. And whereas Peter Bowers was an invaluable board member for 15 years, 13 of which were on the planning board, and the last 2 years on the zoning board of appeals. Whereas his outstanding, thoughtful contributions and dedication have been of the greatest value to the board and Village of Webster community. Whereas Peter was an honorable man, his quiet demeanor and kindness along with his many hats will be missed. Therefore, let it be known that we, Mayor Darrell Byerts and the Village Board of Trustees, on behalf of the Village of Webster, will forever be thankful for Peter's many years of dedicated service to the Village of Webster community. We're so sorry for your loss. So thank you so much for being here. This is for you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. All right, at this time, I'll open up the public comment section. If anyone would like to come up. All right, we don't have anyone. We will close the comment section. Move into business. So, guys, I'm going to look for a resolution to approve the meeting minutes from October 27th.
I looked at it and I'll make that one. No mistakes.
Well, that's good. Well, that's good.
Anybody else?
I didn't have any questions. I was not here, so I would assume what was there is correct if you say so. So I'll second your motion then.
I thought you made.
Oh, you did.
I made the motion.
I'll second it.
Trustee Lauer?
Aye.
Trustee Polito?
Aye.
Trustee Lancy? Motion passes.
Thank you. So now I will be looking for a resolution to approve the claims and warrants. I did the bills this evening. I did not have any questions. Does anyone else have any questions? I think that was also here.
What's the window tint? For the sewage treatment equipment, new truck.
Is that the,
For the new W6, it says.
yeah, that's a new truck that replaced the van. I don't know if that was the.
It's on this page. It's on this thing.
Is that just the, like when they open the windows up, you know, the little.
There's a rain guard and
Rain guard?
and yeah, there's a rain guard and then a window tint. Both are W6.
Yeah, here.
We'll find out. That was the new one.
Thanks.
For whatever reason, someone wanted tinted windows.
Well, we should get bigger wheels and tires too.
And more chrome.
Right?
One of those loud exhausts, you know?
Yeah. Gun racks.
Sure.
At least the names are done there.
So is that, do we normally tint our windows, I think, is that what you're asking on?
Yeah, I don't think we normally would tint the windows unless they have equipment stored in the back that they want to try to keep cooler, keep out of the direct sun. Because remember, it was a van that we had before, now we have a pickup truck, is one of the reasons for that, was we figured the resale value of the pickup truck was going to be better.
Right.
Plus, we have a plow for us, they can plow down around the sewage treatment plant and save on labor of our guys going down there, a special trip, if you want to do that, so. But I'll find out, because that was something I'll have to look at the bills.
$200 for Alpha tire.
I don't know if it's already-
It's up here, but the bid's paying half.
Oh,
Oh, yes. I thought you said something about a tire.
that's what I
Elf
thought.
attire.
Oh,
It
okay.
says ATTIRE.
Yes.
Someone bought an elf costume. So who's gonna be the elf?
Someone really bought an elf costume?
It's on the,
Yes,
it's on the credit card statement
Alpha Tire for the event, says.
What event?
for White Christmas.
Look at that, she just like.
Oh, yeah, it really is.
It's like halfway down.
The bid will pay half for the elf costume.
So who owns that elf costume?
We used to have elf costumes, now they're sweatshirts.
But who's wearing it? Oh, this is a sweatshirt?
We're the elves, we're Santa's elves,
So they're sweatshirts.
yes. But they say, I'm an elf on the back.
Okay.
Since they were ranger costumes, they'd say I was a ranger on the back.
So why is the bid paying half
$200
if
for an
it's?
elf.
Because they have some too, they're wearing some too.
Oh,
Any of the, we couldn't get one for Jake though.
Alpha tire.
okay.
Well, the bid's paying half, so that.
Okay.
Meaning they just, if they order 20, then we split it with them, you know, whatever,
Yeah.
split the order with them. I would assume that's what it means.
Okay.
All right,
Good thing is.
Costumes and
labor
tent.
for the elves.
Yeah. Thank you, dear.
For the enrichment of the community.
all right. So we'll do I get a resolution to approve the claims and warrants?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Trustee Lauer,
Aye.
trustee Lancy,
Aye.
trustee Alito.
Aye.
Motion passes.
So next we'll be looking for authorization for the mayor or his designee to sign the agreement with Monroe County to provide the implementation of the Community Development Block Grant Project and Pritchard Park sidewalks and CIPP.
Yes, cure in place pipelining.
And this is basically just to take the 4 foot to 5 foot, right? Is that the?
Yeah, and this is on the east side of Kircher Park, and then there's this sanitary sewer that runs, actually, crosses East Main, goes just east of Sun Automotive, goes under that building, that little walkway connecting the two buildings, goes down and turns, so we're gonna line that because it's in a, obviously it's in a area, it used to go through the woods there as well, and there's some problems with roots and stuff occasionally, so.
That makes sense.
Anyone have any questions regarding that?
Good.
It's the standard, community development block grant contract with the county.
And this was for, you actually got what we asked for, the severity of the $84,790 towards that project, so.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
It will be fine.
questions? Ask for a motion to have myself sign this.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Trustee Lancy?
Aye.
Trustee Lauer?
Aye.
Trustee Abolito?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Still got a few minutes here for the public hearing, so we'll see if we can grab onto the we need an authorization of a standard workday for the zoning board of appeals members to be at least set at 6 hours. Does anyone get a chance to read that document or no? I looked it up.
It's just a single-page resolution, and the controller's office needs it because one member of the ZBA, Mike's last name? O'Connor, also works for the town of Penfield. And it was discovered that if you work for another municipality, even if you're part-time with another municipality, which the ZBA is, you have to join the retirement system, which Michael never knew or did. So to join the retirement system, they need to know, well, how many hours, what's your standard workday, so they could give him service credit. So we did this for Village Board of Trustees because one of you must have wanted to go on the retirement system. So it's the same 6 hours as a board member.
And a copy of this needs to be posted for 30 days.
Yes.
Anyone have questions?
No.
Pretty straightforward.
Yes.
I'll ask for a motion.
Make that motion?
I'll second.
Trustee Lauer?
Aye.
Trustee Lancy?
Aye.
Trustee Abolito?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Jeez, I'm not sure we can sneak one more in, can we?
We can't do the next ones without,
Oh, yeah. Well, no, there's nobody gonna do the declaration of environmental certificates.
do we need Al for that too?
No,
Okay.
you just won't be able to do number 6.
Right.
Al shows up.
Okay.
He's here right now, it sounds like it. So, so we're looking for a resolution authorizing the uses of a negative declaration of environmental significance for the Village of Webster wastewater treatment plant improvement project. That was a tongue twister for me.
So in theory, all of you should have reviewed in part 1, the EAF that Matt Higgins of Lavella prepared, where he goes through the different environmental categories and says whether there's going to be any impact or effect on it or not. And then this board goes through the part 2 and review the part 2, and if you went through that, I don't know if you all looked at that.
I looked through it.
You look through it?
Well, if you go through there are no moderate to large impacts that are identified. There's a couple of small ones, but Matt explained those, like traffic. Thinks it'll go up, what was it, 0.01% or something like that.
That's what it said during the construction.
Yeah, well, even afterwards, but it was negligible. Part 1 EAF was sent to other involved agencies, the town, county, and the DEC, and nobody submitted any comments about it.
Good.
Oh, Matt already answered, so.
So I assume Matt, you said Matt filled this along.
Yep.
I know occasionally Daryl runs down this through in a meeting. But it looks like, as you said, there's nothing large or moderate anywhere through.
Very small today.
Yep.
Well, yeah, you should look at them, and, if you disagree with any of
No.
those conclusions, you could,
Oh,
but essentially, you're looking just to confirm his conclusions.
so if no one has any further questions? Motion.
I'll make the motion.
One second.
Trustee Lauer?
Aye.
Trustee Lancy?
Aye.
Trustee Belkane?
Aye.
Trustee Polito?
Aye.
Motion passes.
All right, so it is 7:17. So I'd like to open up the public hearing for the proposed local law number 9 of 2022, entitled Board Attendance by Video Conference, local law of 2022. Everybody should know what this is, because we definitely talked about this lots. So if anyone wishes to comment on
I think
this.
that's good.
All right, since we have nobody this evening, I'd like to close that portion of the public hearing. And number 6, we're going to move into, we'll be looking for a resolution to consider amending an amended and restated bond resolution of the village dated August 26th of 2021 relating to improvements to be undertaken in the village's wastewater treatment plant. Did I get that right, Jay?
Yeah.
Would you like to offer the board any more explanation?
Well, the reason that you need to do a new amended bond resolution is because when you originally took it, the belief was that the improvements to the wastewater treatment plant was a type 2 action under seeker. But as it turns out, because of the square footage of, it basically is because of the square footage of the second trickling filter that originally wasn't going to be required, but now it kind of kicked it over one of the thresholds from a type 2 to that now that it's unlisted. So the only thing, so basically, this bond resolution is identical to the other one, except for, you'll see it's in the second whereas clause. Determined that it originally was a type 2 action, and then no, and then you go down, and it says, the whereas clause on the top of page 2, subsequently and after further review, the village engineer no longer constitutes type 2 action under seeker, but is now unlisted. So because seeker changed, you have to do another bond resolution. That's why.
Thanks, Don.
All right.
Yeah.
So do I have a motion?
Otherwise, if you didn't, and then the bonds subsequently get issued, someone could deem them to be illegal because you didn't file a seeker. So now you start covering your tracks, they have to be good seeker.
Anyone have any questions or
No, makes sense.
make sense? Do we have a motion?
I'll make that.
I'll second.
Trustee Lancy?
Aye.
Trustee Belkane?
Aye.
Trustee Lauer?
Aye.
Trustee Alito?
Aye.
Motion passes.
All right. Don, do you have anything else for us this evening?
Only I noticed, in looking at the Webster Herald today, that on the town board's agenda next week, on the 17th, is they are going to consider approving the IMA between the town and the village for the Sandbar Ready grant, splitting up the grant money. And I don't know when Heather, if she's going to either put it on the next meeting or the one after, but obviously
You said the 10th,
you
is that
have to
okay?
do the same thing.
Is Daryl going to be here?
He is, but Don's gonna have to be at the next one, so he said we should maybe do it the 10th.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Whatever you want.
I'd rather, yeah, I'd rather have you.
The next meeting on the 22nd, I'm not going to be here because Matt Higgins wanted me to go with him to that's the same night that the village's application to the town's zoning board of appeals for the approval, hopeful approval of the extension of the non-conforming use, which the sewer treatment plant is.
Importance.
Yeah, so,
Yes.
and it's the same time as, since for some reason you don't want to meet on Thanksgiving, which would be your normal Thursday.
We can now, what time's the gamma? Let's meet right,
12:30.
let's meet right in the
No,
middle of
no.
that.
We can do it at halftime.
Not messing around with stuffing.
So, but anyhow, so that's why I won't be here on the 22nd, because I'll be with Matt up the
Yeah,
road at the town hall.
but that's fine.
Yep.
We'll show, the next,
12:10?
yeah.
12:10.
Yeah, there's no, like, the money's not actually gonna get split up. It's a reimbursable thing, so, you know, the village has to finish paying up all for its contractors for the work, the town's gotta do the same thing. Then everything gets submitted to the state, the money goes back to the town, and then the town divvies it up.
Yeah.
Basically, it's gonna get split 70-30. Village gets 30% of the grant. You guys should have got a copy of the proposed IMA.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
we did.
it's getting split 70-30.
70-30.
Yeah.
Did you negotiate that?
It's just the way the numbers worked out. We negotiated to do it based on the actual costs that both municipalities incurred rather than the estimated costs, because the estimates were done so long ago.
Yeah.
And then everything that's happened with the economy, and,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, when they bid it, the price, they were way off.
Correct.
More so with the town. The town's side of it ended up costing a lot more than their engineers initially. And so Jake and I thought we were going to do the right thing for the town and base it on actual costs rather than estimated, because it's the fair thing to do.
I think that was a good choice.
Right.
Is that all tonight, sir?
That's all tonight, sir. Oh, go Bills.
Yes.
Oh, you got that.
I had a second of it was a yes.
Huh?
You heard that,
Sure. I'm still gloating about
yeah. Yeah, sure.
it. Village clerk, do you have anything for us tonight?
I have one thing. We have the Veterans Day luncheon to honor our current servicemen and women and past veterans. And our luncheon will start promptly at 11:30 after the ceremony down at Veterans Park at 11. And anyone who wishes, and any veteran or current service member and their families can come and get a free hot lunch that has been provided by the Village Board of Trustees, and it will be made by Fremont. So hopefully you come out tomorrow.
And where can we pick them
Right here at Village Hall, right in the parking lot. We'll be doing a drive-through, take-out luncheon. Next year, we'll be back in here.
Thanks, Heather.
Of course.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yeah, just a couple items. The READY grant that we were just discussing, the Sandbar Well Decommissioning is going along. They were finishing up the last well today, and there's a little bit more of the slab removal, so they ultimately have to be cut down a couple feet below grade. So we're working that all out. But it's progressing, and hopefully gets done before the snow flies.
Yeah, we're working out the restoration part.
And we're working out the restoration part of it, yes. So, yeah, there's, with any project and lots of moving parts, there's some hiccups now and then, and we're managing the hiccups. But the guys have been doing an awful job. We've had the weather's cooperated wonderfully. We've been around, I think they're on their sixth around, fifth or sixth. They just keep plugging along. There's been some equipment issues and hiccups with that as well, but they're fighting through them and still getting along, or going along. So we might be out of peak, but we just want to remind everybody, especially, if you're trying to get the last minute leaves picked up before it rains tomorrow, just keep on the gutters, because that's gonna, what's that?
It's not gonna rain.
Yeah,
It's supposed to rain a
more
lot.
tomorrow.
No,
Yeah.
it's not going to.
Okay.
Yeah,
Think
But
positive.
keep them out of the road,
We
keep them out of the
can't.
gutters.
It's gonna pour Friday night.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, keep them out of the road and the gutters so that we
It's
can,
not tomorrow.
not have a bunch of flooding on the roads, so. And then the final thing is the bid acceptance for the chipper. We, as you recall, a couple meetings ago, our last meeting, I forget when, we did the legal notice to accept the bids for a replacement chipper, wood chipper. We received one bid, but it met or exceeded all the specifications that were published. And it was, if you remember, we had the chippers a couple years old. So we asked for a new unit, a 12-inch chipper, a new unit, or we could accept bids with a used one with less than 60 hours of use. Then we got a bid for, or a proposal for that, a 2021 Bandit, a 12X Intimidator wood chipper they're called. It's got under 60 hours, meets all the rest of the specifications. That unit's for $39,000. The trade-in allowance they're offering us for ours is $29,000. So for $10,000,
That's good.
we'll have
Really
a new chipper. And this one comes with it's a 5-year warranty, or 3,000 miles, or 3,000 hours, excuse me, whichever comes first. So I'm assuming since it's a year old, it's 21, so there's probably 4 years left on that. Our current chipper is a 19 and has 697 hours. So we're gonna run out of time before we run out of hours, so it should be protected, all the guts, they call it, for the next 4 years, so. Respectfully request that the board accept the bid and approve an award to Edmar Construction for the wood chipper, as stated in the quote, dated Monday, November 7th.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Trustee Alito?
Aye.
Trustee Lauer?
All right.
They do another job.
I almost did it, I was gonna start it.
Trustee Lancy? Motion passes. Oh, sorry. I did that. Motion passes.
Thanks, Jake.
Thank you.
So public notification, serial bond interest and principal payment for bond obtained in 2012 will be made in the amount of $50,756.25 on November 15th, 2022.
Can I just get one more signature on that? Did Al sign it?
Al took it. I don't know what he did with it. Al had it. You got it, Al?
Have another one?
Al left. No, he didn't do it because he just came in vote for number 6. You had to have 4 people. 3 wouldn't work. Just do the signature. Our next village board meeting will be November 22. 22. else have any announcements or anything they'd like to share? Nothing? Yeah, speaking about the Bills, what a game by the New York Jets. Wasn't that great, Don?
Certainly was.
They got a good defense, very good defense.
They were pretty awesome, I have to.
Yeah, right? Oh,
Our guys stunk.
yeah, Josh was struggling. So I guess I'll ask a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn this meeting today.
And I guess I'll second it.
You need all in favor? Or did Jake, did you want to call the roll?
No, I'm good.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Al? Oh, you're on.
Get Al's picture.
He could have videoed him. It was like a cameo appearance.
Not yet.